And off we go.
Yeah, we're already moving. This is a good sign. That's 20 rupees for both.
Looks like epicYoshi forgot to start his timer, but it's not a big deal.
Looks like we got Pink Ribbon, Link, and the Luigi sprite, and Burn a start.
Yep, the chain that I'm pretty sure Sign did not want to see.
I mean, it's not as hard as people think. They just gotta learn the intricacies, like how activating it is bad versus, like just holding it on. Like to activate uses 1/8, but then each tick after that is 1/16. And some of the damage ticks are actually free magic wise.
I'm just commenting on the fact that Sign named his files.
Oh yeah.
No cane, please.
Maybe you meant no Tina Samaria. He doesn't want to go to Meyer Turtle Rock.
I think that's a pipe dream. It's not as much of a pipe dream as I'm used to having, but it's... It's pretty presumptuous to assume that you won't have to go into one of those two dungeons. Is there anything you're looking forward to with this seed, in particular, Zelnus?
No, not necessarily. Something quick. I just got done with a almost 3-hour lawn race, so it'll be nice to commentary. So it'll be nice to get a nice short one in. Go to sleep for my go sleep around the early morning. And, like right there.
Yeah, Sign did waste a
oh
little bit of
yeah,
magic
and
there.
epicYoshi wasting a lot of magic walking through that room. So yeah, definitely. Yeah, you gotta be really quick about turning it on and off. He's gonna not have a lot of magic. He can obviously kill the next guy with just the pots.
But the big thing is that rat. You need enough magic to kill the rat for the key. I'm a little surprised he didn't kill this guard with that pot, so it wouldn't be annoying. I'm talking about Sign,
Right.
or Sinhe. Yoshi did kill the guard. So there's a small key. We're still waiting on that map. If we don't see the map, we can skip the sanctuary chest. It really depends on whether our runners are keeping count. Anyway, as always, what I'm looking forward to is a hookshot or bow in Ganon's Tower Big Chest.
That is something else to look forward to. That would be kind of crazy. I mean, it would be essentially just open in all 27 chests in GT at that point.
Yep. I looked at the stats. It has happened less than 10 times in all of the stats they collected for this game.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So, I mean, the chance that I am either commentating on or find a seed where that is the case is very, very low. Sign finding, or sorry, not finding, grabbing a magic refill there that I honestly didn't know about. But
yeah, there's a bunch of magic refills in the escape that you can grab. epicYoshi won't have enough to turn it on in the hallway here, so he is actually just going to be unable to farm for bombs without grabbing that magic.
So maybe put Sign just a little bit ahead because of that. Depending on if he can get a bomb drop. That was a nail biter. epicYoshi using the very last part of his magic to be able to get that small key. But he does it, and we are out of escape.
Oh, Sinhe saving quitting? I know Sinhe did some odd strats in the Keysanity tournament. Avoiding Eastern. Let's say he's gonna grab the guaranteed bombs like you would in a Keysanity seed.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. They don't actually have all that much money, so he probably just doesn't want to gamble on the triple.
Mm-hmm.
If you're watching and you are wondering about how the triple works in Randomizer, there's, well, in the base game, there's 3 levels of triple: green rupees, red rupees, and blue rupees. You get the level 1 by killing 3 or fewer enemies before pulling the tree, level 2 by killing 4 or more and taking damage, and level 3 by pulling 4 or more and not taking damage before pulling the tree. Yoshi going to go ahead and see probably like level 2 and level 1 there very quickly, but the blue rupees is one of those that you do actually like to see, simply because that'll be enough money to clear out most of Kakariko. Sign grabbing 300 rupees, so he's not going to have to worry about getting money anytime soon.
Oh, and there's the red cane. Okay, perfect.
The first.
Oh, and a moon pearl.
Wow, but the first 2 items that Sign finds are like the item he specifically asked not to get. No respect for him. Looks like we have a red pendant in Hera, and the other 2 are just crystals. Very early hammer and moon pearl. All we're looking for is that glove upgrade, and we will be in the dark world. That is a lot of money very early as well.
Mm-hmm.
There's 5 300 drops, is that right?
That sounds about right.
And of course, the logic puts. Oh, there's gloves, so we have Dark World access already. But yeah, of course the randomizer does not care about your money needs.
Nope.
All the drops are all the trash drops, of which the 300 drops are considered, are completely randomized. throughout the entire world. So it's actually very, very lucky that these runners got these 300 drops this early.
Yeah, luckily there's I can't remember the exact number. More since earlier versions. I think it got added around the waterfall just got added either during or after the last tournament.
It got added right before I started playing, which was I started playing the end of last summer, so it would have been right after the last tournament ended. Last spring tournament, of course.
Yeah, and those just being the 2 waterfall chests being added back in, or not added back in, but they added them into the game like the Pyramid Fairy, which added a little bit more value to the Zora area, changed quite a bit about how you routed, really changed the importance of that northern Zora area.
Sign going directly to escape after getting that lift upgrade, and I think this is very, very good. He doesn't know how well epicYoshi's doing, and for all he knows, epicYoshi did get a bomb upgrade. He does not want to be behind.
Mm-hmm. We already have Dark World access, which is pretty crazy. Sinhe is saving quitting. I wonder where he's going from here. epicYoshi's going straight into Dark World.
He might be going up to Death Mountain. That is open to them right now. No, he's going to Dark World as well. It is a little interesting that he chose to save and quit, grab the back of escape, and then go to Dark World.
Yeah.
epicYoshi hasn't actually gained time because he hasn't had a chance to check those extra item locations. It looks like we have Thieves Town and Pod as our red crystals. We have a green pendant in Turtle Rock and our blue pendant in Ice Palace. epicYoshi probably hasn't forgot. It was just faster to go directly into Dark World, I would assume. Oh, yeah, and both of our runners do have powder, but didn't check bat. Probably because they don't have any magic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and yeah, without having any magic, that is just going to run into an issue. There's no real way to farm it in the light world, at least not in that part of the light world. The earliest you'd even have a magical weapon is desert, and that's if you go pretty far out of your way.
With the ice rod, I assume?
Yeah, Seshal telling you about the ice rod would be the first time that you'd even consider having a magical weapon, other than the lamp. But that's not really a weapon, and the game's not exactly expecting you to waste all of your magic.
However, there are plenty of magic drops up here in Skullwoods, so I would not be surprised if they got a full magic refill and then went down to the Village of Outcasts.
Yeah, like somebody's mentioned in chat, you can actually do fake powder with the powder itself. You can basically chip the game into casting it for you. If you use Samaria, it's just, again, they might just not feel like it's worth the time. There's more items to check in Dark World. It's interesting that both runners are essentially doing the same thing here, and Sinhe is going to get full magic up here. Both Both not. One had magic for cane, the other didn't. There's a magic pots in those rooms that you can grab to use the cane.
Yeah.
Which neither runner opted to grab.
Also, they don't really have a sword to be able to kill the two floating jellies very quickly, which means that they're not really going to be able to get in position to use the cane very well without the Gibdos getting into their way.
Yeah, some people are like, why did the magic despawn? I think it's because he killed the red jelly. If you kill the red jelly, it usually Ooh, got gived by the red. You really want to avoid those guys. The red pterodactyls. The magic usually despawns if you kill the red jelly, because it spawns too many enemies and it deletes the less important sprite being that magic in another room. So if you've ever seen that happen, that is why. It's usually killing the red guy will despawn the large magic.
Yoshi not remembering.
Hey! Oh. Wow, that's huge.
That is a big deal. Yoshi looks like he's going to be going up to Death Mountain.
Yeah, he's like, well, I died, and this is going to be very bad for him. Actually, that death is going to set him pretty far behind. Not having the mirror going up here is going to be a big deal.
He loses about the time it takes to save and quit and then walk up to the dark pad. The dark world warp pad. It's about, I'd say,
well,
like 45 seconds?
Well, he's also going to lose the time coming up here again with the mirror and the hammer, is what I'm talking about. Like, when Sinhe's up here the first time, he's just going to be able to do this.
No,
right?
I understand. But when he saves and quits, he's going to be able to go directly to the old man. So he's going to lose that 45 seconds it takes to walk up this again, basically. At least. I'm saying that's the floor, as opposed to the ceiling of how much time he's going to lose from this.
It looks like there was an important item. I looked away for a second. Nothing on the bat.
It was 300 rupees.
Oh, so he finds 300 rupees important enough. That's odd.
It's a little odd,
he's done enough for Zora. He's done enough for Zora. He's done enough for Pod. But whatever you gotta do, you gotta do.
Now he has enough for Zora, Pod, and Village of Outcasts, assuming that no rupees drop at all over the course of the entire run. I'm not sure why he's still up here. I thought he would save and quit at this point.
Yeah. Oh. Sinhe taking a little bit to realize.
Oh, he's doing Spike Cave.
Oh yeah, he can actually complete it with just the blue cane.
That actually makes a lot of sense. Spike Cave is going to allow him to save and quit from here. With Blue Cane, you can make it all the way through Spike Cave with 1 heart, basically.
Yep. As long as you move properly, you can get through here with just Blue Cane. You need a little bit. You need a magic extend if you're doing anything else. I think the basically the logic behind it is that you can technically do it with literally 0 hearts. So unfortunately didn't pay out this time.
Sign got flippers at Stump Kid. I don't know if he actually checked south of Grove Cave though.
Oh, Titans! Oh, Master Sword! Okay, good
That's
cave.
the hype.
Wow,
That's
two
a very
swords.
hype cave.
Yeah, saving Quidden, interesting. I would have continued up. Nobody ever does that anymore. Nobody goes to Catfish. He wants to go to Death Mountain right now with his items, which makes complete sense.
You can clear out all of Dark and Light Death Mountain, including Tower of Hera, with this. Oh wait, he can't get to Hookshot Cave. So there's only 4 items he can't get to, but everything else he can. He'll even be able to check what medallion Todoroki is. Mirrors in Village of Outcasts, the Sea House. Anyway, epicYoshi going ahead and finishing the some of the Sphere 1 locations.
Yes, Sinhe is going to be able to complete Death Mountain here with his hammer and mirror. Won't be able to do Dark Death Mountain unless he finds the hook shot. Man, that would be crazy though if he does find the hook shot.
Flippers were on Stump Kid.
That death for epicYoshi really has caused a lot of issues for him. He did get the Titans though, which is good.
Also, those 2 sword upgrades, which make this cave
Yeah.
a lot easier.
Oh yeah.
I was raising my eyebrow a little bit, but Hera is not a crystal, so despite the fact that he can finish it, I believe the basement would be required to finish it.
From
what I saw.
For Hera?
Yeah.
Yes, it looks like it. So. So it's just choosing. He's just basically making the time decision that it is not worth his time and trouble. It's understandable. epicYoshi doing Fate Flipper. And the bow! Wow, the Fate Flipper paid off. We know that the flippers are already available, but that is very good news for him.
With that, he'll be able to dip over to Pod and finish.
Lost his Fate Flipper, so he's now have to take the long way.
Yeah. Which is a good thing. He got hit by the by a Zora shortly after losing his Fate Flippers.
Let me just see if Mini Moldarm Cave has, or sorry, the Paradox Cave has anything. 20. It's not looking like much yet. Blue Mail. And a
So
heart.
the entire trip up Death Mountain, all it got him was Bombos, and we don't even know if that's required.
Yeah. That's an unfortunate little cave. Today, it looks like epicYoshi's gonna take his items, go straight to pod. That is actually very logical direction to take this seed right now.
This has been an incredibly stingy seed. Giving runners basically only what they require. I mean, there's upsides and downsides to that, of course. There's not all that much available to our runners right now. Or at least not as much as far as finishing dungeons goes. epicYoshi basically is doing pod in Eastern Palace because that's all he can do. Whereas, well, I guess he could do Thieves Town.
Powder in that fairy under the pot there.
What's the technical term for the spinners? I have no idea.
Anti-fairies, I believe.
I know the red ones are
bunny
anti-fairies.
beans. Bunny beans.
Okay.
Might have a slightly different name, but Bunny Beam, I believe, is correct.
Yeah, it's close enough if it's not right. It certainly gets the point across.
Mm-hmm.
I don't actually know how much time doing pod without, like, full clearing pod without mirror versus with mirror actually
A
loses.
lot. Pod without mirror is significantly slower. Even just the bid key itself. Now he doesn't have a lot of health, so that's gonna help out a little bit. So these runners basically end up with slightly different items. Sinhe has the more convenient ones in the flippers and the mirror. His Titan's Bombos combination does lead him to possibly do ice as a option. But that is just another pendant on the menu, and probably not something he'd want to do.
Nope, not at all. I do think he's thankful that while he has two of the medallions, he does not have the one for Turtle Rock.
Yeah, that's always a nice relief.
So at this point, if Yoshi wanted, he could go ahead and finish this dungeon, and then once he's defeated Helmasaur, walk back and finish it without having to do any weirdness. And I think that might be the fastest way to complete it at this point. That is a very brave thing Yoshi just did, walking up those stairs while the bomb was about to go off.
Oh yeah, it can sometimes delay the bomb for a little bit. I've never had it just completely like stop, but
I've had it go off twice while going up the stairs.
oh, that I've never happened. I've had to wait like what felt like a full bomb timer before getting the bomb to trigger the switch. So I've opted to delay. Yeah, never seen it happen twice. That would be very odd.
Essentially, you're walking up it while the explosion's going off, and it causes the explosion essentially to keep going off.
epicYoshi has already bought everything he can in the seeds, still farming money.
Expecting to need potions, I guess. Sinhe choosing to use my favorite weapon.
Yeah, and unfortunately taking a death to blind here. He had the blue cane, which would have made that a lot easier.
Sword upgrade looks like the only thing Yoshi's going to find here in Pod. Oh, thank goodness that wasn't Sandcart.
So he's gonna fight the boss again. He has his blue cane out and ready. Gonna abuse a bit of sword beam shots, and epicYoshi taking a death warp.
Yep, completely intended death there. Because he had to do most of the maze before, I'm not super certain it actually saved time to death warp there, but it probably did.
And it's now going to go and complete the boss, which is completely in logic for this one. And Sinhe with his crystal.
However, he doesn't know that. He
What?
believes he's at the end of a sequence break. He still doesn't have his
Right. So you just all follow through on a sequence break like that. The Swamp Palace, you'd want to go mode, so you kind of hope that you find the Flipper's Light. It would be nice to already have all the items you need by the time you find it.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that this is not the right move for him to take. I'm just making the point that this is still a sequence break for epicYoshi that he's doing. This is dang neat near vanilla Helmasaur here. With the amount of parts and items they have.
Well, Tempered is a pretty big difference. Tempered will have the speed of that fight. Also makes the turtle room significantly easier.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
not using his tempered sword here as much as he could.
I believe he was trying to do the NMG strats. And just, for some reason, mistimed the second hammer, which caused one of the turtles to reflip over. I think the reason he was doing that was because him being at full life meant he was doing sword beams, so rather than possibly having to hit those turtles 3 or 4 times with the sword beams, he just wanted to have to hit them once.
That's possible.
Very
50
clutch.
rupees.
Very clutch win on Helmasaur.
Is Sinhe gonna go into Swamp here? I think it would make more sense to go to Ice, but it looks like he is gonna do Swamp Palace. Pretty interesting, actually.
Well, the fact that he hasn't done Dam yet does make Swamp slightly more appetizing.
Oh, he might actually just be doing the light world stuff. But he did place his portal in a spot that makes me believe Swamp is where he's going with this play. And it is. This is pretty crazy, actually, to do this before Zora. But not as crazy as you'd think with this current logic.
Yeah, the logic is very, if you can get into a dungeon, especially a dungeon that requires a lot of items to get into, you should probably go into that dungeon.
Well, it's more that, like, when you get an item, you should go to a spot that that item unlocks. And since he had found the mirror and the flippers around the same time, mirror hasn't led to anything yet, so Swamp is the next place that makes sense. We're gonna see a pyramid and probably catfish check from epicYoshi. epicYoshi finding nothing in pot other than an extra sword is unfortunate for them.
That sword will probably save them some time over the course of the run, though. Not enough time, probably, to make up for the fact that they had to full clear pod for it, but definitely not sad that they have a tempered sword here.
Oh, and there's 50 rupees right there. Again. And we're going to see left side here. Wonderful. See that.
I mean, not that Sign had any choice without the hook shot.
There's the odd thing where you still skip left side even though you came in here early. You just did the first 3 chests and left. It would be very odd and confusing.
Especially considering how incredibly annoying it is to get in here.
I wonder where epicYoshi's gonna go now.
He has that shovel from Pod.
Right. Oh, he does shovel from Pod completely.
That was the big chest.
Right.
So now Pod officially was kind of a bust, other than that
Mhm.
crystal. Oh, it was a red crystal, now that I see it.
Which could lead to something.
So as of right now, that death epic Yoshi took that put him on a different path was sort of a blessing in disguise, as far as I can tell. That's where the route divergence started, and now Epic Yoshi is going to be able to probably jump into Thieves Town, which is going to lead him directly to that the Pyramid Fairy.
Yeah, this Swamp Palace did not work out. Interesting gamble, but
It's the kind of gamble that can win you the game, win you the match, like, just by itself.
yeah, or loses you like the 5 minutes you spent in there because your opponent gets to go mode the dungeon.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that plays out. So Yoshi's going to has mirror soon. Oh, I completely missed the boots were there the first time we passed by there. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. He's actually saving coin to go to it right now.
I mean, the boots mean that he can go and do Desert Palace right now, guaranteed.
Yep.
Oh, no. He doesn't have a book or a flute. That is
Right.
incorrect.
Well,
But
it's still an important thing to have. He can check both bond rocks. He can check things faster in general.
so Yoshi knows that the boots are there, right? Yoshi was the
I
person
believe so,
who went by
yes.
there?
Yes.
Because Sinhe probably going to go up to Zora area and save a little bit of time by being able to mirror in the pod area to get both Sahasrara and Eastern finished. That's important to note. Yoshi did not see that the boots are there. If we trust chat. Which I do entirely too often.
And there's that bow. Did Epic Yoshi not check? No, he hasn't even checked the shaped house yet. Gonna check that last. Gonna be happy to find his mirror when he does.
Yeah, Mir doesn't actually save any time here in Thieves Town, so it's not a big deal.
No, we're saying you know, probably both Bondcrots here. Now we're saying, is he checking Lumberjack now that he has the boots? Looks like it. Something you'd be worried about with this current item set. Luckily for him, it's nothing to actually worry about. I'm not checking Bond Rocks. I guess he's gonna go grab his mirror and combine it with Graveyard Ledge as well. Just interesting how many times he's passed by it at this point. Probably gonna go to Catfish from here. One heart. Okay, we're gonna see what's on the graveyard in the Bond Rock here. The Kin's Tomb. Mirror acquired for epicYoshi. So he's gonna check these same chests that Sinhe just checked. And Sinhe gonna check and get disappointed by our resident up here. I wonder where we're gonna head now that we've got all three medallions. Turtle Rock is a viable place to enter. You can check the one chest in Hookshot. And we're getting our look at Eastern here from Sinhe. Which I don't think we saw this side of it from epicYoshi, because he didn't have his mirror at the time. So we're going to be able to see Eastern as well as Pod here. I'm not 100% sure. I think epicYoshi's going to do the Smith's check, and then we'll probably combo the chest into the into the pyramid fairy. That's it. Gonna check hammer pegs here for Yoshi. Sinhe's gonna find his third sword and Pod, and that's about it. Other than getting his other crystal for the 5-6. And moving along for both runners. Again, not really seeing anything new from each runner. Gonna see how Sinhe handles boss fights. He's gonna have a lot more health than epicYoshi did at this point in time. They utilize some arrow struts on him there. Not even a bad idea.
Very, very clean Pod, really. The entirety of Pod was very clean from Sinhe.
epicYoshi now has his flippers.
I think either Epic Yoshi has the book and we didn't notice, or he forgot he doesn't have the book.
Or he's checking Agina.
Third option also a possible.
Okay, Epic Yoshi leaving. See where he goes from here with his new items. And Epic Yoshi gonna go over to Eastern Palace. So it's like not handing in the bomb is an interesting play. I think that would be a high priority with the way that the seed is handling so far.
It does make a lot of sense to do Eastern here, simply because that's a guaranteed crystal, whereas the bomb is, like, even if it's likely to be a progression item, like, you're guaranteed to have to come over here, so might as well do it now.
Okay, and yeah, both these owners kind of a cross-world high five in a way.
I mean, Sinhe is going to be on Yoshi's heels in this dungeon very, very quickly.
And with this, we're gonna have both owners in the same dungeon. One obviously a little bit ahead of the other.
That was an interesting play there, to use the cane to get past the,
Yeah,
balls.
be able to cane dash through there is pretty interesting. Huh.
I do think it saves time, even though you had to take time to go into the menu.
Probably. You save time by moving anything more than 4 squares with a dash.
No, I mean the menu is the big question. Was it worth it to actually go into the menu and grab the cane?
Probably. I don't know if he should have ever menued off of it. I think he could have just kept it on and just ran through the seed with it on and just be fine. He doesn't need magic for the rest of this dungeon, is why.
Very nice spin speed. Both of our runners choosing to skip the big key chest. Oh, because it's guaranteed to be a dungeon item. Both of them are good at counting. Better than I am, apparently.
Okay, and both runners going to be at 3 crystals here.
The big question is, where do you go now? epicYoshi has a lot of stuff he can do up here on Death Mountain, but Sinhe, I'm not sure what else he can be doing.
Well, he's got the shovel. I'd be surprised if he doesn't go to... I'm seriously surprised nobody's delivered the big bomb yet. Sinhe could draw from spot 22 if he feels it are super unlucky. And we'll see if he decides to do the bottom of Hera, take that 45 seconds. Starting to look like that's what's got to be done. And that is what he decides to do. Sinhe, though, taking the big bomb.
So epicYoshi going to gain 3 item locations with that green pendant, whereas Sinhe only going to see 2 here.
And unfortunately, epicYoshi have to spend around 45 seconds in this room.
Tower of Hera is 2 items, but since it's a green pendant, there's a 3rd item you get from completing it.
Yep. And today, Sinhe is going to get paid with a nothing.
Oh, it's not green pendant. I am completely wrong. You're right.
Yep, it's just a pendant. Green is Turtle Rock today. We're nowhere near that.
Well, we can get into Turtle Rock, and we might be able to get all the way to Laser Bridge, depending on how keys drop.
Yeah, it looks like Sinhe is now doing Ice Palace. This is interesting. This dungeon is possibly completable. We'll see where the keys lie. With the current items, very possible to complete. In logic, without any bomb jumps, in theory.
The small key needs to be either in this chest in this room or in the chest with the 2 freezors, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, that's correct. That was a dungeon item. So we'll see what is there. The Tennis Mario really does help the key logic though. By quite a bit. Yeah. You do need hookshot for the dungeon to be vanilla. If you don't have any early small keys, because the logic will basically be like, nah, you need to go to some of those items. This dungeon actually can require technically for you to mirror out after killing Cold Stare to finish the dungeon. Basically, go to Cold Stare for a bomb, or for a small key to finish the dungeon to get the last few items.
But small key cannot be on Cold Stare unless you have the cane prior to that.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, our runners obviously did, but it could give you an idea of where the cane is possible to be if small key is on Cold Stare.
Oh, there's the ocarina. That's huge, actually.
That opens up Desert Palace and Mire for them.
Yeah. There's 2 possible locations for the fire rod and the hookshot now. Yeah, not low enough for that bomb jump, and he is gonna opt to save and quit out of the dungeon.
Seems
not wanting
fine.
to mess around with that bomb clip.
They got the big important item in this dungeon, from what it looks like.
Yeah, that is a pretty big deal. Now, if there's something deeper in there, that is gonna be an unfortunate double dip. But very possible that it's not.
Yeah, that item location was not hookshot loft, so hookshot could be in the Mire area.
Okay, it looks like we are gonna get that Mire desert check.
To answer your question, book can be on ped, absolutely. There's our hookshot. So all we're missing at this point is fire rod for go mode.
Yep. I will be mildly amused if Fire Rod is an Ice Palace. I would be also surprised if we didn't see both Mire and Desert finished right here. picks up his mushroom.
So what, that's only 2 locations left in Ice Palace versus like just all of the locations that Sinhe has available to him now.
And it was boots locked probably of a dungeon. Actually, logically it's boots locked, but may not be.
Yeah, because the logic assumes that you will use the keys in the worst way possible.
So just to confirm, Sinhe got the fire rod from Meyer shed, correct?
Nope.
Oh. Very tired.
It's fair, but no. He has not gotten the fire rod from what I can
Right,
tell.
hook shot from there.
He got the
My
hook
bad.
shot from the Meyer Tread.
Yes, that's what I meant. Oh.
Is that their first bottle?
It is. That's very interesting. Very late, far lot bottle.
As far as we know, there are currently no key locks in the logic.
Well, yeah. If one was found this late, I mean, these things usually get found within a week, especially when we have like hundreds of active people running this version. It gets caught a lot more easily in a race than it does in, say, your everyday seed. Somebody may end up just giving up, get a bad seed, and end up just giving up, for example.
Yeah.
And there's the cape.
Not required, but will make Ganon significantly easier.
If they choose to use it.
Yeah.
And going straight into Meyer. And then his next stop after this is going to be Dark Death Mountain. Or actually, probably Swamp Palace. Then maybe Dark Death Mountain.
These runners are 2 and 2 as it shows at the top of the screen. epicYoshi with the slight reminder of where the pendants are. Looks like he's going to blind grab these boots and possibly dip into Ice Palace. Which is exactly what he needs to do right now.
Oh, Also, he's might backing out. Yeah, it's not where he's going.
Well, the boots opens up a few locations he probably wants to check, but...
Right. Well, being right there and just calling it off is could bite him. Well, actually, we already know that
Wait,
it's the
going
flute.
to bite him. We're
We
well
don't.
aware.
Well, we don't know if the fire rod is flute locked just yet. There might be some more places you can check, but not too many.
We know
any.
that 2 crystal dungeons are flute locked.
Yep, and there's this quake, so he now has access to Turtle Rock. There's the ice rod. Just completely useless. Just
Yeah, there's no
got
way
me
that
a
could
little
be
bit
useful.
excited. Yeah.
Also, Pet is dead.
Yeah. Oh, very. It was super dead a long time ago.
I think it died on hookshot, actually. Oh no, it died on flute when we found flute. Nope, I'm wrong again. It's definitely hookshot that killed Pet. Hookshot was the last item that could have been there. It doesn't matter. It's not important. Anyway,
Sorry.
because Fire Rod is required for Turtle Rock, Pet is dead, and Turtle Rock is a pendant dungeon. Book 100% can lead to Fire Rod, but it can't be on Pet.
Yep. But can even be on Pet now. It wasn't always the case.
Right. So let's see if Turtle Rock has the Fire Rod. Because that's the only thing that will make this trip up here worthwhile for epicYoshi.
Yeah, Turtle Rock might be the only option to have the Fire Rod at this point.
It could very, very easily be in the back of Swamp Palace.
Yeah, that too. I would be surprised if that's not where Sinhe goes. Because if that is basically the last dungeon to complete at this point.
Yeah. Before Skullwoods, of course.
Yeah.
epicYoshi can't go that way.
Yeah, you do not have Fire Rod. You need to go straight into you can't torch those from that far away. Torch works a little bit over a square. And I think now is when he realizes that he has made a grave error. Can't even hook shut off.
Lost about 30 seconds, I would say.
I thought it was gonna try to switch to Fire Rod and then like remember, but he didn't. He walked on the platform.
This room is the worst room in this game.
Mm-hmm. This chain chomp room can be quite annoying even for seasoned runners. He gets the chest, but unfortunately his iframes disappear. And that is another key. That does mean that you can push on further in the dungeon. With vanilla bit key and enough small keys, you can get all the way to the laser bridge without the fire rod.
That is all we're waiting on is that fire rod.
Mm-hmm.
Chomps have been locked up, tied up in that room basically all their lives. I don't think Chomps like anyone.
You know, they're fine creatures. Just give them a tennis net and they're totally fine.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
A book! That's 2 more places to check that isn't Turtle Rock.
One of them's on the way to Turtle Rock.
One of them is not on the way to Turtle Rock. And that is the compass. We're going to begin our 6th crystal momentarily for Sinhe.
Okay, so all that's left that Yoshi can check is Mimic Cave. Very, very nice Ice Rod kill of this boss, of which I have definitely not forgotten the name.
Argus.
Oh right, the pirate boss.
Yeah, this is starting to look like this might be a fire rod in Turtle Rock deal.
Well, there's one place left for that fire rod could possibly be, and that's this Mimic Cave right here. Because
Well,
the big key is fire rod locked.
Yep. Oh. Oh, and there it is. That's go mode for Sinhe. Just one more dungeon left. Wow. That was an interesting line. That was a very linear end to this seed.
Yeah, just complete the dungeons you can complete, and you're good. The key was dipping into Ice Palace, which Yoshi still hasn't done. Though it looks like that might be where he's headed now. That or Ice Rod Cave?
Oh. Yeah, Yoshi's got to dip into ice to get his flute, and then start on a chain of required dungeons. The book being locked behind the flute means that there's no extra way to get into desert. wonder where epicYoshi's gonna check next. I'm gonna save and put in.
It looks like epicYoshi is not going to be checking Ice Palace next, and unfortunately.
We'll see where he go. I don't know where else he could be going from here. Oh, right, Swamp Palace without Hookshot. He's gonna do the same thing that Sinhe did in a different order.
Yep. Goodness gracious, I looked away from the screen and Sinhe has already finished Moth. You know what that puts us?
Oh yeah, that puts Big Key Game. 1:22, it's 3:30 in the morning. You know how it works.
I say 17 because I always do.
22 so I can see the whole thing. Okay, and we should be almost. This is gonna be probably a sub 140 seed, unless we get completely awful RNG in the tower, or Sinhe drops the ball on Ganon themselves. And over here on the left, sorry, the right side, there's 20 rupees in the first and a key in the second, and we're gonna do the right side. So these will be chests 3 to 7. And there's number 3, 4, 5, 6. Gonna go steal a small key. And gonna move on to 7, which is the big key. Grabs the bow out of his way, and nope, just a map. That's 8, 9,
10, 11.
Okay, and that is... I don't remember.
That was 13.
Okay.
I'll be your conscious guide for you.
So what are you saying? 14. I'm going to say it's 15, 16, 17,
17,
18.
yeah.
Well, it has to be 18. So the next three are 19 to 21.
Yeah. 19 to 21, you're right.
Alright, let's see. Yoshi's gonna go to Catfish.
I could have sworn he did this.
Me too. Oh, no, right. I forgot about Bob. So that Bob is 18. Then 19, 20, 21.
Yep.
Okay, so he's not sure what to do. Does he not know that he can go into ice? He must know.
I mean, there are some chests in ice that are locked behind hookshot, but it's not all of them.
And sometimes it's none of them. Oh, it's a tile room. Oh, I was right.
22! Good job!
Wow. Fantastic. epicYoshi screen? You save and quit. And just my stream just paused at the wrong time. Or his stream is paused at the wrong time, so it looked bad. And Sinhe using a trick to basically cause the game into giving him infinite magic by holding on to this wall. If you're holding on to a wall, yeah.
Yeah, you
here,
don't use magic.
Yeah, it's useful here, and you can use it in the Dibdo room, where you have to move the statue, because it also works while you're moving statues. And there it is, key 22. Powdered fairies are always infinite. Powdered from enemies, that is. Fairies that you find in the wild, not infinite. Anything powdered. Yeah. His stream may actually be frozen, guys. I'm not sure. Actually, his stream is going on his stream. There it is. Maybe he took a washroom break. Would not be the first time. We have Sinhe climbing up the tower while epicYoshi climbs up the mountain.
Is Spike Cave?
Possibly. I honestly think he maybe forgot that he has bombos, although he was staring at his inventory for a while.
Not Spike Cave. Huh.
Yeah, I have no idea where he's going then. personally.
Uh,
It feel like he's just forgotten locations at this point.
yeah. Bounce into Hookshot Cave.
Oh, that's yeah. I think it would be pretty crazy if somebody that I see on SRL somewhat often wouldn't know about the bombos into Ice Palace.
I think that's very unlikely.
That's,
I think he just really doesn't want to go to Ice Palace.
Or, yeah, that would be very unlikely that would have never came up. I mean, it's not super likely, but it does come up. But we have a very clean gauntlet from Sinhe.
This is, of course, nothing.
Yeah.
And
And
epicYoshi is lost again.
back to watching a jelly squirm at the top right. But we got Sinhe almost done with the tower climb. Almost at Moldorm 2.
Come on, epicYoshi. See the bombos.
Yeah.
Be the bombos. You are the bombos.
No silver arrows for Sinhe yet either. I don't think
Has he been
needs them.
opening chests?
He opened one extra, but that one's pretty quick. I didn't see if he opened the ones in the Helmasaur room. You'll probably check this one. That's one of the reasons to check this chest is 4 silvers. And it was a full heart, which is something I'll gladly take from the final chest. That is one of the things you're looking for. I think he remembers now. A little too late there, but he remembered.
Yep. It is unfortunate when something like this happens. But it does happen to the best of us. Like, you're not using a tracker and you've just forgotten the number of places left, or you're using a tracker and marked it wrong.
Ooh,
That
nice
was a triple out of Sinhe.
Yeah. And it's a nice quick telling him.
Incredibly well done. I do have to say, Sinhe's execution during this race has been absolutely top notch.
Yep.
Yoshi's has been pretty good too. It's just Sinhe. Like I would be scared to be fighting against him in the next round, honestly.
I see Sinhe pop up for races quite a bit in the early morning. If my phone is blown up by Discord messages first thing in the morning, it's usually because Sinhe was pinning for races. So if you're interested in how are you getting told on your phone through Discord about races, well, if you're on the Link to the Past Randomizer Discord, you can do that. You should do that if you're interested in racing. Very clean. Get in phase 2. Get in the quick cycle there. Not the quickest. You can actually one cycle that both phases every time, no matter the position in the room, as long as Ganon doesn't do a weird half teleport. You'll always be able to one cycle if you know what you're doing. It's actually pretty crazy.
Can you do that even with Master Sword?
No, but that's because Master Sword sucks.
Yeah.
Wait. Actually, I feel like I was told you can one cycle with Master Sword.
And I can't one cycle with Master Sword. I can't one cycle with Tempered Sword. But...
I think you need boots, but I think I've been told it's possible. I don't remember right now. It's too early. Meyer had the silvers. That's what? How do we have silvers?
It's the vanilla big key chest, the one chest I didn't check.
Oh, something. Get wrecked. Left side skippers. Something. No, but good job on the.
I think you still gain time by skipping.
No, but very close.
So this
Don't spam fire rod. Okay, no, it's okay. I just didn't want to see a soft lock. That's why I had to yell that. That actually could have been disastrous. He would have had to redo quite a bit of the game if that happened. There would have been a chance he wouldn't have been able to save and quit because the boss was done. So that could have been very bad. And epicYoshi picks up his flute at the exact same time.
Sorry, I felt like a teacher was yelling at me. Anyway, let's see if we can get Sinhe in here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks like epicYoshi is going to finish this out. This could still take a bit depending on where he goes exactly.
I mean, based on the fact that he pieced out of Ice Palace basically immediately, I would imagine he's probably going to go.
His idea is hit shot. Well, yeah, again, with that, I think at this point he realizes that that's what Sinhe did.
Hello, NGG. How do you pronounce your name?
It's just Sinhe. That's okay.
Sinhe?
Hello, GG.
Okay. GG.
What a seed, though. Couldn't have been any better, to be honest.
No, not really. Not with this.
First off,
layout.
yeah, I was hoping for no Kanan escape. Dreams shattered immediately by the uncle. Then no bomb drops. On top of that, the full magic refill despawn in Skullwoods.
Yet that happened because you killed the red the red jelly. That's what causes that. If you've ever wondered.
Oh, okay.
Killing the red jelly spawns the two small red jellies. The second, then there's too many sprites on the screen, and the green magic is deemed unimportant and goes poof.
Oh, alright. Yeah, well, it was the first time that ever happened to me, so I was kind of curious why that is.
There are other. I think it can happen with other ways, but that is most commonly why it despawns, is because you've killed the red jelly, and when you go to lift up the plot, there's not enough sprites in the super tile across all the rooms. If you leave pretty much everything else alive, then the green magic despawns. It's very sad. I've seen it happen more than once.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense then.
Yeah, just don't kill the green jelly, or if you do, you gotta kill off like his offspring. You must commit genocide on the jelly.
Is there anything you would have done differently this seed?
Yeah, maybe not dying to blind for once. That was really unfortunate.
Yeah, I saw you switch to red cane instead of blue. And then in your second attempt, you did switch over to blue.
Yeah, the weird thing was, I think on the second phase, Blind actually got hit by the Caden block, but he didn't switch over to the third phase, so it kind of threw me off there.
But yeah, he's a little bit weird. Or some Mario blocks are a little bit weird in when and how they deal damage.
We did notice that you did ask for no cane, and literally the very first two items you got were both canes.
Yeah, exactly. It was so devastating. I mean, well, at least the previous seed was generous. I did hope for an early hookshot in my last race, and my wish was obviously granted, so it was bound to happen. Yeah, the randomizer is not that generous. Overall, my execution was okay, I guess. Could have been a slightly bit better. I mean, except for that misstep into Swamp and the death of Blind, which were, in my opinion, the most costly things. Pretty straightforward to see. The boots on the Lake Hylia Island, which made me check the Waterfall of Wishing, which ended up in the bow. And then from there on out, double-chisted Fairy. I just had two options left. Either you go back to Hera now, since you did that already, or you're going to Ice Palace. And I just made the play on Ice Palace because I found Bombos in the Super Bunny Cave. Knew maybe Fire Rod is in Ice Palace locked. Well, it was the flute, even better, that led to the hookshot. Then I went into Maya. I was like, okay, you found almost everything. Let the Fire Rod be in here. Then I went to the left side to the spike chest. Boom, Ice Rod. No, actually, it was in the center chest.
This was quite a long chain of required, items.
Oh yeah. Especially you're going into Maya looking for at least one more, and then the wrong one pops up. I was just hoping that the second item in Maya was not the Fire Rod.
Yeah, I mean, it did end up being Silvers, which I think you might have liked, but...
Yeah, they would have been good. But by that time, I don't know, I had the cape from Desert, so it really wasn't that much of a problem at all. And I'm quite confident my Silverless Ganon.
Really, the only... I can't think of anywhere else where, Silvers really saves time, except for Ice Armos.
And eventually, if you get the one cycle on the Landolas too.
Right.
Other than that, wasn't too big of a deal. I mean, early Silvers would have been nice for Pot and Easter. But other than that, yeah. Not really that required for me.
Yeah, I think it's very unlikely in this sea that you would have had Silvers going into either of those dungeons.
Yeah, both. Actually, we haven't seen epicYoshi go into Mire yet.
Oh, all right.
Unless he already did it? I'm not sure.
No, he hasn't.
Yeah. He's gonna hand in his mushroom.
Alright, that was also something I never did. I wonder what's that gonna be.
Well, you could check the thing, but it is just 50 rupees.
Oh, it says
And
Ganon's Tower is
bottle.
21 out of 22 because you didn't check Bob's.
If you don't knock it down, it doesn't. There's no real way for the game to know that you looked at an item versus touching it, so
Yeah.
it doesn't count those.
There was really no reason to get that mad at that point. Also, the big team tile room, it's something that hasn't happened to me in, I don't know, at least 2 weeks.
Anyway, back to epicYoshi. Going into Swamp Palace after having dipped it while you were in Ganon's Tower protocol.
Yes, I want to say that that's about right.
As we know, there is the required book here.
Will lead very nicely into the fire rod.
Yep. I know this change was made fairly recently, but I can't remember exactly which version it was made on, where that room doesn't actually drain after you've done it because it's impossible for you to flood that key, just based on where it is.
What? I don't think it's ever. Well, no, it's always possible to flood that key. You can always screw up and flood that key. No matter what, no matter how they ever make this game, you'll always flood. There's always a chance that you hit that.
I'm talking about the first flooded room, not the second one.
Oh yeah. They changed it somewhat so that you don't have to redo it. I don't remember what the conditions are. The change with V29 that made it in line with vanilla, actually, I think. But I don't remember exactly. It didn't really change that much. And it made some kinds of double dips faster. I think if you save in quit, it resets. But if you just, like, flute around, it doesn't.
Anyway, with Tempered Sword on Argus, this will be a pretty quick fight. epicYoshi does not have the Ice Rod, though, that Sinhe had to make the one cycle second phase happen.
And he should be heading to Bombos right after this.
I mean, that's a very easy check, but he might be going directly to Meyer.
No, he realizes for the better. No? Yes? Yes. And he's gonna do it right here. And that'll be go mode for epicYoshi.
At 1 hour 55 minutes and some change. Not an awful go mode considering the required dip into a pendant dungeon. And the fact that epicYoshi dipped into all 3 pendant dungeons.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, he'll just be able to go straight, swap, and then do Mire, and then we're all good.
You need some magic, Epic Yoshi. There's some magic drops in this room, but you do need them.
Yeah, you do.
He does have a magic in a bottle.
Well, there's also the magic drops up here. You could just kill these guys like he's doing. It's not as efficient, but I guess he could just assume that, hey, it doesn't matter. My opponent is finished. Who cares? You have to light these torches manually to have enough magic.
Oh, a tempered sword. Only requires 3 hits here, and if I am not mistaken, he got a double hit there.
4, but yes.
Sorry, 4 hits, yeah. But, yeah, if you run into Moth right at the beginning of the fight, you can hit him twice, and I don't know that we know why that happens.
It's him getting hit and bouncing into the brown pillar behind him, and then getting hit again by your charge, which hasn't ended yet.
Right.
He's a very funny boss. Yeah, dashes are very good. Dash pokes are very good in this game.
It's nice you get him very early in the vanilla game.
This tournament, Not Punished, has been going on for 5 weeks, so I very much hope that that it's still going on. Because it's going to be going on for another 9, actually 13 now, because next week's week is 2 weeks. But yeah, this tournament today has actually been essentially going on since yesterday at like 2 a.m. Really hasn't been a stop in programming, thanks to lots of overnight runners.
Lots of runners in different time zones.
Yeah, attempting to make the best of their odd schedules.
I think it's pretty unlikely that Epic Yoshi finds the silvers in here.
Yeah, he could though, but I don't exactly remember where the big key was.
The fact that the silvers are vanilla big key.
Oh. Okay.
Just a little stutter there. And if I recall correctly, the big key is in the Stalfos room to the right here.
Oh, if it is, then yeah, there's no way he'll just end it here. If it's in the spikes. Oh yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah, no way.
No silvers for either runner.
However, with Cape and Tempered, Vitruvius probably not going to be a huge deal, especially with the 60 arrow shots they have. Does save a little bit of time by not having to re-hit that switch, by not hitting in the first place. Oh goodness, I wish we could just tell Yoshi where the big key is, because he is going to be going through this Ganon's tower for a while. With 8 arrows to the eye, epicYoshi is headed to Ganon's tower.
Yeah, and epicYoshi doesn't have background music, so we are listening to the soundtrack. And yeah, epicYoshi almost being in GT. Of course, we know that this is going to be the lawn GT, the 22.
Yeah, I think it's likely we're either going to see another 22 or we're going to see a 3. Those are the choices.
And well, who knows? Maybe he'll gamble.
And epicYoshi not gambling, so we'll see what happens.
I feel like what happens is we see 22 locations in Galen's Tower.
Probably. I don't want to remind everyone that if you liked what you saw here, don't forget to follow our runners. If you enjoyed the game itself, don't forget to follow Speed Gaming, plus Speed Gaming 2 through 6, as well as ALTTP Randomizer and ALTTP Randomizer 2 through 4. All of that is greatly appreciated. There's also youtube.com/speedgamingshow for the video on demand of this and all the other tournaments. And yeah, pretty much that. If you're looking for future tournaments that are coming up and events, there is obviously every Saturday they're revealing parts of the Ultimate Decathlon. There is Mega Man 2 starting soon. Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze is apparently starting in the near future. There is Bloodborne as well. That'll be starting, and those are all new tournaments coming up. He is going to miss that chest. And that is going to haunt him, but he'll probably check Tower Room first before checking that. But maybe not. He might come here after Rando Room.
Because of that chest, he might check Tile Room early, actually.
Maybe he'll just, well, like, possibly, but I don't think he won't. I don't see him not doing Rando Room. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Get out of there. No, you need to get out of there with your boots.
I don't know that he would have been able to boots out of that, and he was out of magic, so he couldn't have caped out of it either.
He'll probably end up back at those rooms now, through Rando Room. Bod Sprite is just a miscolored sprite due to the color limit being reached in the game. It's a color and size limitation basically put in so that items that aren't a small key can appear on the bid chest. Sorry, on the torch. And epicYoshi's going all the way back to Ice Armos.
Yep. Time for round 2. Does he know this bomb jump? Apparently not.
Hopefully he knows to... No, he doesn't know to just leave the room. This is surprising that I've been finding people don't know is to just leave the room. Oh, no, never mind. Oh, oh, I see. You just don't walk it. A surprising number of people don't know that pots just completely respawn if you leave and enter. I've seen it a few times in the last couple of days where people just have to go in and out of a door.
Well, I mean, the pot respawns, but the items under the pot don't respawn.
Right, yes, that is correct. You need to mirror or leave the dungeon completely for that. But in that case, still very useful to know that you can do that. And he's going to check these 3, at least just they missed the first time around, and now it's going to know that it is a tile room. It's going to get the full heal on that quarter heart. Won't have the luxury of the cape in here. Oh, I thought you'd already done these chests. Oh yeah, he remembered. Yeah, doing torch room now. Oh, he's grabbing the full magic. Does he know the tape trick? We'll see.
Looks like no.
Looks like no. Not like it matters when you have 17 hearts.
It might be good to know for next time, though.
Yep. And we got our big key and we're moving on up.
I don't know what he's doing. Oh, getting not a full heal, but almost a full heal.
Mm-hmm.
Good key dash there. That's, I think, one of the easier key dashes in the game. You just have to not move forward. Just be in the doorway for that key dash to work.
Mm-hmm. So you literally just don't press anything going in that room. Any button press that isn't just dash will mess it up, even if it doesn't look like you moved. And epicYoshi making his way through. The gauntlet almost done. Just gotta get the red Zazit there and gets it dead. epicYoshi having a bit of problems with the boss here. And going across the bridges in the upper half, it was going to get this in. Does get the one there. That's very hard to do sometimes.
He made it look easy though. That was very, very well done. Probably will still make this cycle.
I believe so. Stremmy, yeah, he does.
Little on magic though. Nope, can't.
On again to the fire, the second torch puzzle.
You get into a rhythm playing this game, and if that rhythm gets shaken, it can throw your whole game off.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna catch these fairies. I caught a bee by accident. And it opens up that extra heart, looking for the silvers.
He doesn't know for sure where, like, he's not going to know for sure where the silvers actually are when Ganon tells him. But I'm pretty sure he's pretty confident in Silverless Ganon.
Mm-hmm. And epicYoshi going into the boss fight here. Should be done pretty quickly. I'm sure he knows Silverless. And through to stage 3, again the second hidden. It's a pretty quick stage 3.
You say that, and Ganon just decides to keep.
Yeah. Did you find the arrows? Misery Mire, not with the look. Oh, gets the freeze, which is fine. Oh no, it wasn't a freeze. Just kind of looked like it for a second.
So he got the hit, and got Torch Glitch, which, I mean, that's commendable. I can't do that.
Mm-hmm. Getting the extra hit is pretty tough. He definitely knows the proper way to do this, like when to light the torch.
For the triples,
yeah, for the triple hit. Which is not how he did it there. The first time he did it right. This should only be 2. Okay. Oh, don't hug. Don't give him a hug.
Ganon doesn't appreciate hugs.
No.
And that's his kill.
A very clean Silverless kill.
Absolutely. And GG to epicYoshi.
We'll see if they want to come in for an interview or not. As GG. Thank you everyone again for watching. Before we have the interview, I'll remember to thank you guys all for sitting with us through this late night.
And we have epicYoshi. GG, man.
Hello.
So, Ice Palace is a place.
The Ice Palace. I forgot all about it. I didn't notice Bombos at all.
Well, at least we know what was going on there.
I just sort of saw Bombos and was like, that didn't get me into T-Rock. And that's all I thought about it.
Well, it happens to the best of us. Forgetting an item, forgetting a spot, whatsoever you choose, and just something that came to you today in front of. So now, unfortunately, with 2-3 means you can only just keep playing for the fun of it. No more brackets.
Bracket was really never a consideration.
Well,
your silverless Ganon was really clean.
yeah, it was actually very good silverless Ganon.
I do feel good about the Ganon. I'll give it that. That might be the only thing I feel good about this race, but the Ganon was good.
Well, obviously other than the elephant in the room that is dipping into or Ice Palace, is there anything you would have done differently this seed?
I don't know that I would have, honestly. Aside from remembering Ice Palace.
That's completely fair.
Because, like, once you go into Swamp Palace hookshotless, you're at the end of what you can think of.
Right, yeah.
Absolutely.
But all in all, I'd say that you played well, besides that one instance, so...
I think the moment that I, like, got Ice Palace and realized I missed Ice Palace, my execution got a little sketchy. Because I was all tilt by that point. But before that, I think it was pretty good.
Well, thank you very much for the show. I think this is a decent time to sign off due to how late/early it is for some people, at least for me.
Yeah, I was surprised to see this get a restream.
Oh. We got some European helpers in speed gaming, so these weird time streams can happen.
Oh.
And thank you everyone for watching. Go ahead, D2 Kemps.
Also, it is a little bit more likely to get a restream if you're not streaming at the same time as everyone else.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyway, with that, unless you have anything else to say about this seed, I think that's probably going to be us.
I guess the only other thing is I was amazed that we had, like, how early was it that we had our Dark World access? It was instant.
Oh yeah, it was while you were in your first Kakariko check.
Yeah, in Kakariko.
I mean, time-wise.
You know, normally we would say, hey, Dark World access at blah time. Didn't do that. It was so early. It had to have been sub 10 minutes.
Oh yeah,
it was before time.
Yeah, and there's quite a bit of a split there too, so.
I am interested to see how the divergence went, because with how open it started.
But it would be a pretty interesting VOD to watch to see different routes. Yeah, there are more races later tonight, everyone. Or later today. I want to say that the first one is like 10 a.m.
That sounds right.
So yeah. keep an eye out on that. Again, my name is Zelness TV.
My name is
D2 Kemps.
D2 Kemps. Yep.
Yeah. Karito was our tracker. Thank you very much to Sinhe and epicYoshi for the racing. Have a wonderful day, everyone.